Many weeks have been weeks of vindication, but this week in particular has been a major week of vindication. It's really interesting because I didn't do none of this, right? I just kind of do my own thing. I keep my head down. I keep pushing. It seems that there's like vindication coming from circles that I never thought there would be vindication coming from. Anytime I go on my TikTok is vindication, pure vindication. It's been a crazy moment to experience. We made it to the top of the leaderboard on Reddit. We're on r/all, and it's a positive way. It's not like a base boosted, heavily brigaded live stream fails clip. It's actually Laura Loomer demanding that I get deported, which of course, if you know who Laura Loomer is, Jigsaw from the Saw series, you might have seen her. She was really popping in that. I mean, she did a great job. Like she's got acting chops for sure, but she's also one of Donald Trump's most loyal servants. Donald Trump called her a free spirit, as you guys know. And Laura Loomer has, all jokes aside, straight up made the administration do things like purge the national security, the NSC, like literally under her watchful gaze, she was able to stamp out disloyal people in the National Security Council. She's revoked visas for Palestinians, revoked medical visas for Palestinians that were coming to the United States to get like immediate medical intervention. So when she says, hopefully today President Trump can negotiate the permanent deportation of Hassan Piker back to Turkey, it's time for him to go home. Like this is a person who unironically has motion in the administration. So I'm a little worried. I did still turn around and say, I was born here, dumbass. To which it seems like a lot of people also liked it because it got 300,000 likes. And because of that generational ratio, I'm gonna keep it $150. I might be the first American citizen, natural born US citizen to be denaturalized and also sent to a separate country. Like that might actually be the case. You've lawyered up. I mean, I got the ACLU with me. I got all of the civil rights lawyers they're basically salivating at the prospect, from what I understand, of being the person who successfully defends a precedent-setting legal case. So if some shit like that were to happen, I feel like I'm fairly well protected. But I do also have this I have this secret belief that Laura Loomer kind of likes me. I think I'm not even joking. She's been following me for years, so that might be my saving grace. There are so many of these like right-wing content creators, women that have for years and years follow me, and I've just been shitting on them relentlessly, and they still do. And I don't know if it's like a hateful follow where they're like hate watching, or if it's more like I don't know, following for a different reason. Okay, Reddit no longer hates me, seemingly, because they hate the administration so much that when one of the administration's top dogs says like we got to deport this guy, all of a sudden I'm at r/all, but in a positive way where people are defending me. That's shocking. Okay, let's be real. I'm not used to this. Number two moment of vindication comes from the alternative left, something that I've been building brick by brick for many years, and it's finally here. We got a bunch of brolic dudes promoting the notion of a well-organized swoletariat, making me very excited. You know, for years and years I've been pushing for this, and I'm glad that mad people are doing it now. And this person is not even referencing me apparently, but there's still Hassan Piker edits in the background there. That's another point of vindication. Let's put that out there as well. Respect, okay, to all the alt-left, the swoletariat. And then last but not least, my timeline has been going nutty mode on One Piece. It has been crazy. There's like a million different One Piece TikToks that have gone hella viral, like insanely viral. But I guess Trash Taste, or not just Trash Taste, but like the anime man, Joey, has been under fire lately because I think he made like a YouTube video or something where he was like talking about anime tourists or some shit like that. And basically they've been yelling at him over that. They've been yelling at Trash Taste over that. And in the process of like getting mad at Trash Taste for their trash takes on anime, I guess is the way that things are going. And I don't know what he did. I have no idea what he did. Literally don't understand. But like my For You page has been just all this. And these all have like 100K likes, 80K likes. It's crazy. They got like millions of views. And basically what happened is they are using an old clip from my first Trash Taste slot that I did, where I talked about how One Piece is political. Now, the irony there is that the dudes, including Connor, were just kind of fucking around. They weren't like, they understood that it was political, but people are basically just using this like short clip to just dunk on all of them, to be like, these guys are idiots. They don't understand. I don't even think that they were like, they were, you know, they were just like playing along. They weren't like aggressively debating me on it or some shit like that. But it doesn't even matter, to be honest. I think they were reacting that way for the content. Yeah, but it's just, it's completely out of my hands. We get it, they're your friends. No, that's the other thing. Bro, what are you talking about? They got, last time I went on Trash Taste when I was in Japan, this is from the first time I went on Trash Taste. The last time I went on Trash Taste when I was in Japan, it got brigaded into oblivion by Asmongold, Ethan Klein, and Destiny Riders and Trash Taste's own fan base to be like, this guy's a terrorist. And they got so scared from that brigading that they literally came out and were like, we're never letting Hassan on Trash Days ever again. So people don't even know what the actual reason is. No, they got fucking yelled at. And I never said a damn thing either. I was like, all right, well, all I did was, hey guys, I was on this episode. Go show it love. I don't even have any smoke for these dudes anyway. I don't, you know, it's fine. They're nice people. I don't really give a shit. I'm used to it, right? Wait, so Connor doesn't you no more? No, not even. It's not like that at all. It's not like that at all. Not even a little bit. In my line of work, in my business, with what I do, I know that there are a lot of quote unquote apolitical shitheads that can present themselves as like fans of whatever particular thing that they're invested in to make it seem like they just have a real point of contention, a real point of anger against me. And they can present it in a way that, like, at the time will freak people out. And that's precisely what happened. What ended up happening in that situation was they so heavily brigaded that and then celebrated the brigading too. They did it openly that these guys literally turned around and were like, yeah, we're never going to let him on. I don't even know who brigaded. I think Hassan brigaded it. And I was like, brigaded it? I'm on the fucking episode. I just said, go show the fucking podcast some love. But in any case, you know, I don't have any issues with these guys, but I do think it's kind of funny that like everyone is using the one time where they were in an interest of making content out of it, like they were just going back and forth on it.
He literally is. I mean, he's fighting. I hate that you're kind of.
Hassan was banned from coming back to the Trash Taste podcast after that episode because their audience.
It's not true. That it wasn't that episode. That was I was on again. I was banned after the second time I went on.
Was so up in arms that he would dare to bring the political allegory that is One Piece to the forefront in those conversations. As someone who's been making videos for a short amount of time, it's actually easy to just talk about the different aspects of Nen in Hunter x Hunter. It's easy to talk about the different devil fruits. It's easy for me to respond to comments where people need me to clarify a fight between Hisoka and Crollo. What's hard is to go against the people that side with oppression or the people that are complacent to it, and they don't want you to bring it up. They don't want you to talk about it. They don't want you to take these kinds of stances. As far as I can tell, that is the Trash Taste podcast listenership. They would like to bury their head in the sand of happy-go-lucky rubber boy punching big dragon dude. They don't want to see that Kaido is a capitalist overthrow and a totalitarian regime that owns an entire island and is subjugating its people. They don't want to see these kinds of things because then it reflects reality back at them, and they want to escape from reality. They'd rather not pick a side. They'd rather not.
I think this is a decent assessment for a lot of the One Piece fandom that at the time got mad at me for saying this and was yelling at me. If you remember, a lot of like the big One Piece accounts that were that constantly fucking rage bait didn't even care about what I was saying or the argument that I was making and turned around and we're just simply fucking, remember those like big blue check mark accounts on Twitter? At the time, they were going hella fucking aggro on me. They're like, Hassan called Luffy a terrorist. What is he, the one world government? They didn't even understand what I was fucking saying. Like I was like, he's a freedom fighter. Basically, a lot of people at the time were mad, but 2 years after that, at this stage, around the globe, the Straw Hat Pirates flag is now seen as like a symbol of resisting against oppressive governments. Internationally, Nepal, Indonesia, no matter where people go, there's One Piece flags at the fucking pro-Palestine protests. It is now seen as a flag by the youth to resist against unjustifiable systems of oppression. So I would say that this is quite literally one of my most resilient takes.
Advocate for people that need it. They would rather run away. And when you refuse to advocate for the people who need it the most, don't be alarmed when you are counted on the list with the oppressor by the oppressor. It is not only the people that are against oppression who will count you as against them. It is the people who are doing the oppression will count on the fact you will not speak up.
I think this dude's assessment is pretty correct, though. Trash taste motherfuckers are really chill people. I used to watch them a lot. Anime audience motherfuckers still have a lot of right-wing people do. Very different from Connor, Joey, and Garn's politics. Comes with the territory a bit to self-censor, and also with the additional brigading. They just don't want to be harassed by Hassan haters, y'all. We see how nasty Hassan ops get, and they just want to protect their team and crew. That was the real reason. That was definitely the reason. I can't stop people from fucking feeling some type of way about that, especially because at the time, it's like I was getting my ass from 11 different directions, whether it be like the Israeli government, literally, or whether it be like a bunch of fucking liberal content creators who were presenting me as a fucking using the most Islamophobic sentiment that possibly could fucking arrive at over and over and over again. Now, of course, a lot of those people have shut the fuck up now. Have you noticed? So a lot of those apolitical centrist Andes who made it seem as though they were simply critiquing just the pro-Palestinian side, they've been quite quiet as of late. So no, I don't have like, I don't have a lot of smoke for the trash taste boys in general. I'm just simply talking about the One Piece's political take. I don't even think that the Trash Taste podcast is like expressly right wing at all. They do have a very right-wing audience, and I think that's probably the reason why they engage in self-censorship. And not only that, but also that's the reason why they fucking banned me. But it wasn't over the One Piece take. I'm just correcting the record. In any case, the One Piece takes like popping off. People talking about One Piece's political, One Piece's revolutionary politics is great.